Hello guys. Hayes' leukemia diagnosis shakes the bold and the beautiful Luna's life-saving decision. In an emotionally charged storyline that has captivated viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful, young Hayes Forrester Finnegan faces the fight of his life after being diagnosed with leukemia. The devastating diagnosis has left his mother Steffy Forrester and father Dr. John Finnegan grappling with every parent's worst nightmare, while an unexpected savior emerges in the form of Luna Nozawa, Finn's recently discovered biological daughter. A devastating diagnosis. Hayes' leukemia diagnosis came as a shocking blow to the Forrester Finnegan family. The young boy, who has been a bright spot in Steffy and Finn's lives, suddenly found himself facing a life-threatening blood cancer that attacks the bone marrow and prevents the production of healthy blood cells. The diagnosis has created an atmosphere of fear and desperation as the family searches for treatment options. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, the type Hayes is believed to have, is a fast-growing cancer that requires immediate and aggressive treatment. The condition affects the blood-forming cells in the bone marrow, causing them to multiply uncontrollably and preventing the production of healthy red and white blood cells. For a young child like Hayes, this diagnosis represents not just a medical emergency, but a race against time. The search for a bone marrow donor. As Hayes' condition became critical, the medical team determined that a bone marrow transplant would be his best chance for survival. However, the family's hopes were quickly dashed when initial testing revealed that neither Steffy nor Finn were suitable matches for their son. The devastating news that the people closest to Hayes couldn't provide the life-saving donation they desperately wanted to give added another layer of anguish to an already heartbreaking situation. Bone marrow transplants require finding a donor whose tissue type closely matches the patient's. The process involves extensive testing to ensure compatibility, and even close family members are not guaranteed to be matches. For Hayes, this meant looking beyond his immediate family circle, which opened up both hope and complications. Luna's unexpected role. The storyline takes a dramatic turn when Luna Nozawa, who was recently revealed to be Finn's biological daughter, emerges as a potential donor. Luna's presence in the story is particularly complex, given her troubled past and the family's initial reluctance to accept her. Having been previously involved in criminal activities and currently under house arrest, Luna represents both hope and concern for the Forrester Finnegan family. Despite the strained relationship between Luna and Steffy, the young woman's potential to save Hayes' life creates an unprecedented situation. Luna's willingness to undergo testing and potentially donate her bone marrow represents a possible path to redemption for someone who has made serious mistakes in the past. Steffy's difficult decision. Faced with her son's deteriorating condition and the lack of other viable options, Steffy finds herself in an impossible position. The same woman who had previously banned Luna from their lives due to her criminal behavior now holds the key to saving Hayes. This creates an emotional and ethical dilemma that tests Steffy's resolve and maternal instincts. The prospect of having to approach Luna and ask for her help represents one of the most challenging moments in Steffy's life. Her love for Hayes must overcome her distrust and fear of Luna, creating a storyline that explores the depths of maternal love and the lengths a parent will go to save their child. The medical reality. The urgency of Hayes' condition cannot be understated. Leukemia patients, particularly young children, require immediate treatment to have the best chance of survival. The longer the search for a suitable donor continues, the more critical Hayes' condition becomes. Every day that passes without finding a match reduces his chances of successful treatment and recovery. The medical team's recommendation for a bone marrow transplant indicates that Hayes' leukemia is severe and requires the most aggressive treatment available. This type of transplant involves replacing the patient's diseased bone marrow with healthy marrow from a donor, essentially giving the patient a new immune system capable of fighting the cancer. Luna's potential match. When Luna agrees to be tested as a potential bone marrow donor, the results reveal that she is indeed a perfect match for Hayes. This discovery transforms Luna from an unwelcome presence in the family's life to potentially Hayes' only hope for survival. The irony is not lost on the family or viewers that someone they had tried to keep at arm's length might now be the key to saving their most precious family member. Luna's status as Finn's biological daughter means she shares genetic material that could make her an ideal donor for Hayes, her half-brother. This biological connection, which had previously been a source of conflict and drama, now becomes a potential lifeline for the young boy fighting for his life. The emotional complexity. The storyline explores the complex emotions that arise when personal feelings must be set aside for the greater good. Steffy's approach to Luna represents a moment of vulnerability and desperation that strips away pretense and pride. The woman who had previously viewed Luna as a threat to her family's safety and stability must now humble herself and ask for the ultimate favor. For Luna, the opportunity to donate bone marrow to Hayes represents more than just a medical procedure. It's a chance to prove her worth to a family that has rejected her and to demonstrate that she is capable of selfless acts despite her troubled past. The donation becomes a form of redemption, allowing Luna to contribute something positive to the family that has been so critical of her actions. The stakes couldn't be higher. As Hayes' condition continues to deteriorate, the pressure mounts on all parties involved. The medical team emphasizes that time is of the essence, and any delay in proceeding with the transplant could prove fatal. This creates a ticking clock scenario that adds urgency to the already emotionally charged situation. The family's dynamics are forever altered by this crisis. Finn, caught between his love for his son and his complicated feelings about his newly discovered daughter, must navigate this treacherous emotional landscape. His role as both a father to Hayes and a father to Luna creates conflicts that test his character and values. A community rallies. The storyline also highlights how medical crises can bring communities together. Friends, family members, and even former enemies find themselves united in their desire to save Hayes' life. The gravity of the situation transcends previous conflicts and disagreements, creating unexpected alliances and moments of grace. The medical staff at the hospital work tirelessly to coordinate the potential transplant, understanding that they are dealing with more than just a medical procedure. They are facilitating a moment that could heal not only Hayes' body but also the fractured relationships within his extended family. Hope and uncertainty. While Luna's compatibility as a donor offers hope, the road ahead remains uncertain. Bone marrow transplants are complex procedures with significant risks and potential complications. Even with a perfect match, there are no guarantees of success, and the recovery process can be lengthy and challenging. The family must prepare for the possibility that even with Luna's donation, Hayes may face a long and difficult battle. The transplant is just the beginning of what could be months or even years of treatment, monitoring, and recovery. The power of forgiveness. Central to this storyline is the theme of forgiveness and second chances. Luna's willingness to help Hayes despite the family's previous rejection of her demonstrates the power of unconditional love and the possibility of redemption. It also challenges the other characters to examine their own hearts and consider whether past wrongs can be forgiven in the face of such selfless sacrifice. Steffy's journey from rejecting Luna to potentially accepting her help represents character growth and the evolution of her priorities. The crisis forces her to confront her own prejudices and fears, ultimately leading to a deeper understanding of what truly matters in life. A turning point. Hayes' leukemia diagnosis and Luna's potential bone marrow donation represent a turning point in the bold and the beautiful storyline. The crisis has the potential to reshape family dynamics, heal old wounds, and create new bonds between characters who had previously been adversaries. The storyline also serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of family, both biological and chosen. It demonstrates how crisis can reveal the true character of individuals and the strength that can emerge from the most challenging circumstances. As the story continues to unfold, viewers are left wondering whether Luna's donation will be successful, whether Hayes will make a full recovery, and how this experience will change the relationships between all the characters involved. The storyline promises to deliver emotional depth, medical drama, and the kind of character development that has made The Bold and the Beautiful a beloved soap opera for decades. The ultimate question remains, will Luna's attempt to save Hayes' life be successful? And will it lead to the redemption and acceptance she has been seeking? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: this storyline will have lasting effects on all the characters involved, creating ripple effects that will be felt long after Hayes' medical crisis has passed.